This video demonstrates about TrewIDM provisioning, self-service and single sign-on capabilities. Let's log into TrewIDM's web console using the system user, who is the administrator user. So once we log in, let's go and click on the users menu and search for the users within TrewIDM. As you could see, there are 105 entries within the TrewIDM. So let's go and click on the Active Directory console, and there's a new user, Harrison Ford, who got created and who is not created within TrewIDM, and he's also added to accounts operator group within Active Directory. So let's go back into the TrewIDM and ensure that the user Harrison Ford is not existing before we run the schedulers, which is a reconciliation piece. And as you can see, the user doesn't exist within TrewIDM. Let's go into the administration menu and click on the schedule task and click on the Active Directory users recon, which is configured in trusted and target mode, and let's run the icon next to the run, and the status gets changed to running, indicating that the schedule is currently running and fetching the users. And let's search for Harrison Ford user within TrewIDM, and as you can see, the user got provision or created within TrewIDM. And let's click on the resources menu, and you could see that there are 3 resources: Active Directory, Google Apps and Salesforce, which got created within TrewIDM. And the reason why there are Google Apps and Salesforce which got created is because there is an auto policy, and that auto policy has been defined saying that any user who gets created within TrewIDM should automatically be provisioned to Google Apps and Salesforce. And even within Google Apps also, we have created we have assigned additional groups, and that can be even configured within the auto policy. Let's go back into the users menu and search for Harrison Ford, and let's click on the resources, and that has different statuses, which says linked provision. And let's go into the target system, which is the Salesforce, just to make sure that the user got created by the auto policy. And as you could see, Harrison Ford, the new user, got created within Salesforce. So let's click on Active Directory and verify that the group which got added within Active Directory for Harrison Ford is already there. And we can also assign additional groups within Active Directory from TrewIDM itself. So once we add one or more groups and click on save, the groups or set of groups gets automatically provisioned back into Active Directory, and we can verify that by going into the member of menu within Active Directory console, and these 2 groups which I have added have automatically been provisioned to Active Directory. Let's log out and log in as the new user who got created, Harrison Ford, by providing the corresponding password, and let's click on the login. And as this is the first time the user is logging into TrewIDM, the system will provide the challenge questions which have been configured within the system, and these set of questions and the corresponding answers will be used in scenarios like if the user forgets the password and wants to do the self-service by doing the password reset, or if the user wants to change the password within the target system. So these questions, by answering the challenge questions successfully, the user's password could be changed across the systems, and even that is also a configurable part of it. So we have answered the questions, and once the user successfully answers the question, the user would be going into the apps portal. That is the default page which the user gets landed. Let's go into the self-service piece, and let's do the create new request for the existing resource. So this user already has Active Directory access, and with 3 different groups. So now let's go back and then request additional groups. And as you could see, these are the groups which are reconciled from Active Directory, and let's add 2 more groups, and those are the existing groups, and these are the additional groups which we are requesting. So let's go back and request. So a new request gets created, and it has been assigned to a approver, J Cameroon, and with those and the user could actually see what are all the requested access which he has put in. So let's log in as the approver, which is J Cameroon, and let's provide the corresponding password to log into the system. So once we go into that, let's click on the home menu, and the approver could actually see what are all the pending tasks, and you could see there's an update link there. Click on it and we can actually approve or reject. So the approver could also see the approvals history menu, submenu, and he could actually see the request ID and what is the comments they had put in and what is the status. So let's go into the user Harrison Ford again, just to verify where the request is, because at any given point of time the requester could actually get the status of it. So you could see that the current request is still in pending state, and once he clicks on the radio button, he would see that it's there with the administrator role. Any user who has the administrator role could actually go and approve it. It could be one or multiple users. Any user who approves it, automatically it goes out of the queue. So let's go into the system user who is also an administrator, has the administrator role, and he could actually approve that request. And also, as part of the approval process, the one or multiple attachments could be uploaded, and then the corresponding action could be taken, approve, reject. So once this is done, we can also verify this through the audit process, because that completes the approval process. So the audit process has, let's go into the Harrison Ford's audit and then click on that. So this would list the whole end-to-end audit for a specific user. So when a request has been raised, and if any request is there, what are all the corresponding details, who approved, and if there are any attachments for that request, everything would be captured. And the whole user's profile could also be exported as a PDF or an Excel, and it will list all the details right from the day the user gets created until the day the user gets terminated. So all the history would be there. And there are two-step process that's what we have seen, and that number of steps, the SLAs and everything, if the approver is a specific user or it's a specific role, could be configured in the workflow tab. So let's go back as the end user Harrison Ford, and let's click on login button, and let's go into the home tab of it. So we could see that what is the request which was created and requested date, and what is the corresponding status. Currently it says approved. And we could also see, the end user could see what is the current status, who approved, when it was approved, all those things. So the whole approval history can be even viewed by the end user. So let's go into the single sign-on piece of it. When the end user clicks on Salesforce icon in the dashboard, the user is automatically single sign-on to Salesforce application. Thank you.